Introverted sensing is defined as the preference for seeing the world in terms of practical, measurable realities, also in terms of how things have always been. So those are the realities of the sensing world, and things like tradition, things like protocol, things like rules. So someone who is part of a culture and has strong introverted sensing will internalize those things quite naturally. Let's say that you have a first function or second function introverted sensing, and you have been raised in a certain church culture, certain ethnic culture, certain political culture. You will find yourself naturally internalizing those things and making those things part of your thought system, part of your belief system, part of your entire way of being. Therefore, it's not much of a surprise if someone is born into a church culture and has strong introverted sensing functions. They tend to be someone who is most trusted when they're born there and then become the second generation that makes decisions, or the third generation that makes decisions there, that they're naturally trusted because they so naturally embody all the things that glue the culture together. There is a great concern among earliest generations of churches that the second and third and so on generation will somehow hold those values. And so what they're looking for is a certain cluster of that next generation that naturally radiate, naturally virtue signal all the things that make them say, see, our culture's not dying. Our music isn't dying. Our traditions aren't dying. Our Latin isn't dying. Our polity isn't dying. You know, these things that we consider to be crucial to how our church subculture works. It will be the thing that when you enter a church, whether you can see it or not, there's a bunch of introverted sensing expectations that are there, that are really clearly seen by those that have those functions, and not as clearly seen by those that don't have those functions. These will be the written and unwritten rules of this church culture. All of which means to say that if someone has strong introverted sensing functions, they have a much higher chance of navigating successfully the internal workings of a church. If I have blessed you or encouraged you or equipped you in any fashion, please like and subscribe.